Hey guys, welcome back to XRP and Beyond. Today I'm just going to be talking about a couple of different things here. And the first is that we're kind of crazy in the XRP community. Um, I say this because, you know, after everything that we've been through with the SEC coming after us, um, with all the ad campaigns against us, all the FUD articles, right? Um, Other crypto communities attacking us, big leaders like Charles Hoskinson, you know, all these things. Um, it makes it really hard to hold XRP because you're constantly having to fight back. Um, it, and even if you have facts, logic, data, reasoning on your side, it's still mentally draining because you just see it so often, right? And for so long after all these years. And on top of all that, right? We missed a bull run, and it makes it that much harder to hold on because all this time has passed. And we'll obviously look at XRP price. Now, even though it's underperforming compared to like the rest of the market, so is a lot of other things, right? Um, but in XRP's scenario, or in XRP's situation alone, I mean, I feel like it's the worst, specifically because we missed that bull run, right? Um, During the SEC lawsuit. But I feel like that's just the reason why I hold it. It's because it's that hard. I mean, you got to think about who is crazy enough to hold on to XRP for all these years during all of that, and it's still continuing. Um, and they would still have to be holding, right? Who in their right mind would do that? And that to me just means there aren't a lot of people who are doing that. And if they are, then they have to be the high conviction people like myself. And so I feel like if this isn't the bottom, it's very close for sure. I mean, not financial advice, but you can just again look at the comments and you see people just in the community beaten up. Um, and I know I just keep bringing this point up, but it's a valid reason as to why I think there's going to be a point in time where it's the decision point, right? Where we're either going to go way up or XRP is going to be worth zero, right? Um, I'm betting on way up just because this market is super irrational and it doesn't take much to cause a big fat green candle, right? I mean, we've seen from the 2017 bull market where that didn't take much people to pump the price to, what was it, like almost $4. I mean, we're like way bigger now, and we have way greater things, right? We didn't have the AMM back then, we didn't have legal clarity back then. it, and now we have like more stuff coming up, like the Ripple stablecoin, right? So all I see is growth. And even if you don't want to believe that, you can literally just look at this chart here, and you look at the all-time chart, and it's up massively ever since then, right? Just kind of proving the point that holding will get you to the the highest. It will get you the highest returns. I mean, you would still have to sell at the right time, but holding on for a super long time is definitely a strat. And I'm not telling you to do that, by the way. I'm just saying that's what I do, and this is why I believe it, right? Um, but yeah, like we have to be kind of crazy to be buying XRP at these levels, or just honestly just being in XRP. Like it, it's it's really hard. Um, it's really hard to understand everything and get through all the FUD, all of these people you have to constantly fight back against. Um, and so imagine if one of these days we just get this, maybe not even 100% candle, but something big enough, right? That will make other people that had jumped out of XRP come back into XRP and then cause an even bigger green candle. And then once they see that green candle, you see even more people jump on board, right? And it's kind of like this, I guess, in a way, like a Ponzi scheme, right? Where you have the earliest people that were in. I mean, holy crap, I think I just connected the dots there. Everything is a Ponzi scheme, right? I mean, in a way, because only the earliest people would be jumping out once they've made all their gains, and then everyone else is just left holding the bag. So I guess, yeah, maybe everything is a Ponzi scheme. But I guess it wouldn't really be a Ponzi scheme because it would just grow bigger after that. But yeah, that's one of the things I wanted to talk about, and why I see this as an opportunity, specifically in XRP. But there's others also that have kind of underperformed, and I'm in those too. But choose your own, pick your poison, right? The other thing I wanted to talk about was crypto hasn't really been around that long, and so we haven't gone through a recessionary period in the stock market, so we don't know what that would mean. Like, we don't know how crypto would react, right? We don't know if it would go up or down. But just thinking about it, I always have to fight my own ideas, because I tell myself that, these cryptocurrencies that have specific amounts of supply, like XRP, like we only have 100 billion in supply. I see that as something that is factual, right? It's in the code. I can trust that. And we can't print more, which is good, because you just look at the dollar, right? You don't want to be devaluing the thing that you are saving in. And so in my mind, I tell myself, well, if I just keep saving in XRP, then my money should be worth more, at least compared to the dollar, right? And I know a lot of other people think this way, but then we're just like in an echo chamber, an echo chamber, right? Just smelling our own farts and just repeating what we're all saying. I look at the stock market also, and I see the correlation between crypto and the stock market. And so there's always that argument that maybe it's not what we think it is, and it's just about the flows of money, and so I kind of have to bet against myself whenever we get a large green candle on XRP, or enough to. But all I'm looking for really is just a new all-time high, and then I'll be scaling out. But until then, I'm probably not going to be selling anything. But it's that very thing that we just don't know how it's going to react, right? And so I have to at least put some money off the table if we get that chance to, before a recession. hopefully that happens. But if it happens during the recession, then I mean, I guess I would just be holding if XRP hasn't gone up yet. Yeah, I'm not telling you to do that, but I I, I just don't know what's gonna happen if if we do enter recession. And so you kind of have to just hedge against yourself, right? Take some profits, but also be in the market. At least that's what I'm doing. Um, but yeah, the other thing I wanted to talk about is to, you know, when I say do your own research, I really mean it, because there's a lot of people in every community, right, that sort of overhypes things. I mean, just look at what happened with HBAR, right? We had that BlackRock tokenized fund, and people thought that it was BlackRock themselves that did it, even though they were involved. Um, it wasn't them that actually did that fund, right? So you saw that get overhyped. We saw the Bitcoin ETFs get super hyped, right? Um, I mean, you see it with everything. There's always moments in times when these things get overly hyped. And you just look at every community and you see these people that are predicting, like, for example, XRP. I see some people predicting like a $10,000 XRP, right? Which is just a crazy amount. I mean, you just need to do some simple math with market cap, and you'll see that reaching that number is very crazy. And I don't think it's going to get there at all. So you got to believe what you... How do I say this? You need to be reinforcing your ideas with facts, right? And logic. And not just believe everything that you see. Because if you go in a bull market going around thinking that XRP is going to get to $10,000, and then you see it at $20, when that would be your actual chance to pull profits, you're going to miss it because you're thinking that it's going to be going to 10,000, right? And so just be careful with that stuff. Also, the maximalism in the space, I don't like it. And that goes for any coin, right? Even XRP. There's XRP maximalists also. They're just not good for the communities. The one coin to rule them all narrative is so dumb. I mean, these cryptocurrencies do better if they coexist and are interoperable with each other. Like, it can't be that hard to understand that, right? Like, we're not going to have XRP do everything for everyone. That just can't happen on one blockchain. It just can't. There's a certain amount of things it can handle, right? And so I just think that there needs to be some improvement in our communities with that. I just want to see facts be spread, a bit more like the stock market, actually, because you look at them and they're not looking at memes and stuff. They're well regulated. They're looking at how the companies are doing, with their earnings and stuff like that. And we don't really have that for crypto. For crypto, it's just number go up, right? And sure, that's great, but we got to be looking at these things seriously for the long term. And not everyone is doing that. And that's why I think we're still early for XRP. I would assume that in the future, this would only pick up more, right? With more traditional people, big players that understand fundamentals. I think they will see XRP in the same way that I do. But like all these other ones, like Dogecoin, I don't know, like Dog with Hat, I, I don't see those existing, at least not in the same fashion that XRP would exist, right? Like maybe it technically exists, but I don't think there would be much liquidity there. At least not compared to something like a blue chip like XRP or Ethereum or, Bitcoin or something. But yeah, I think I'll wrap it up here. Just to end it on a good note, I see big things happening for XRP just because, again, back then we didn't even have what we have now with all the developments. And back then it was able to make crazy returns. And it was literally only, at least in my opinion, only because number went up. And because number went up, other people were now suddenly interested, right? And so that's all it's going to take is for XRP to go up, and then all of a sudden, everyone is going to be jumping on board. That's what I see coming. That's why I hold XRP. Anyways, have a good night.